Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of New Game Plus, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about The Last of Us. So this is a compilation of videos that I downloaded from their YouTube channel, and these were all aired during E3 2012 if I'm not mistaken. Some of them were probably aired before, but anyways, this is the survival story of Joel and Ellie, if I'm not mistaken. And this particular title definitely got my interest once I got to have a look at it during the Sony press conference. Now, as you can see, there's this little girl here. This is Ellie, and the guy that's fighting another dude upstairs, that is Joel. As you can see, Annie is quite resourceful, just prepping up that what's that called? Is it a switchblade? I think that's called switchblade. I don't know, something like that. She's prepping up her knife to basically do some stabby, but wasn't really necessary because Joel beat the living snot out of the guy.
Take care of his buddy and then we quit.
But basically, this is a story about survival, and it is made by the same team who has done games like the Uncharted series. I mean, I think you guys might have heard of that. So Uncharted is amazing from a graphical standpoint, from a game mechanics standpoint. It is just a solid, amazing game. And The Last of Us is pretty much Naughty Dog's new take on... It's not their new take on Uncharted. It's basically their take on survival. And I'm not even sure I would call it survival horror. Now, as you can see, these are not zombies. This is actually a mutant. This is like a post-apocalyptic scenario. And I'm not usually that into post-apocalyptic scenarios, but this particular game really piqued my interest. I mean, there's a lot of interesting mechanics, like there's obviously limited resources, limited bullets, limited inventory space, because that kind of stuff is important to survival games. Like, if you've seen me play Dead Space, you'll notice that a lot of the time stuff I'm struggling with is, oh man, I can't pick up all these items, or I'm running low on ammo, and there's just... That is just an important part of a survival game. And in this particular post-apocalyptic scenario, you also notice that it's kind of like the nature is slowly reclaiming these great cities that they're going through. And I'm not particularly that sure of what the story is about, apart from that it's about the both of them surviving in a post-apocalyptic scenario. I know that there's mutants and there's bandits, because at least they look like regular humans, like you're gonna see here. A little bit of a trap, because this guy is not actually hurt, and that's a cool thing because Joel actually knows that this kind of stuff happens all the time, so he tells Ellie he's not even really hurt, so it's like, whatever, just run him right over. As you can see, the guy pulls out a pistol, and that was pretty much a trap to get them to stop and steal their car and steal all of their supplies. Because everyone is out for themselves in this game. Everyone's trying to survive, and I just think that could make for a really interesting story. Now, obviously, Joel also has to take care of Ellie, which brings in yet another element to this equation. And I just think that it's cool because you get that sense of urgency, that sense that the survival horror brings you, and at the same time, you get something even more important, because if Joel were to have, just like a standard companion, like another guy, like a big guy like him that could just also beat the living crap out of people, it would be kind of like less, you would get that less of that survival sensation, because it would be easier for two people to navigate this space. Two guys, two strong guys beating the crap out of other people. It would be easier for them to navigate. But however, they've introduced something that I find really, really awesome, which is the little girl that you got to protect. Now, I believe another game has done this before. I haven't really played that particular game. I believe it's called Eco. I actually plan on getting that game, by the way, because it comes with Shadow of the Colossus. So Eco, I believe, has done something in this nature. Obviously, it's a completely different game. I'm just trying to say that the whole thing with having a little girl as your companion is not something that it's entirely ridiculously original, but I think it's an important point to the story, and I think it's really, really cool. Now, if you look at this graphical detail, I mean, the graphics in this game are just amazing. The Uncharted team is probably one of the best teams when it comes to designing graphics for the PlayStation 3. I mean, sure, Sony Studios is obviously amazing because they get to work with the with the people who actually designed the console, which is why you see amazing graphics in Wipeout, you see amazing graphics in God of War, because that kind of stuff is developed by the Sony team. Now, Naughty Dog wasn't really like, let's put it, a first-party developer until I think sometime after Uncharted 2. I think it was when Sony kind of bought them or legally associated with them. I don't know. I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. What I'm trying to say is that Naughty Dog, with the Uncharted series, they knew what the hell they were doing on the PlayStation. I mean, if you look at the graphics, this is all stuff that they've learned from the Uncharted series, and I think it's amazing. I also watched some of the interviews on this stuff, and they said that one of the most important things for them was to create artificial lighting, because there is no electricity. When I mean artificial lighting, I don't really mean artificial lighting. I mean like realistic, dynamic lighting that comes from the outside, comes through the windows. They did a lot of lighting work with this game, and the game's colors are also something that really take me in, because they've done this in the Uncharted series, and they seem to be doing it again with this game, is that they're not afraid to use real vibrant colors. And it's refreshing. I mean, I've seen that in this game and in Far Cry 3, and there seems to be coming a couple more games that actually know how to properly use colors. Not everything has to be gritty and dark and gray all over the place and just camouflage and that kind of stuff, because that seems to be the direction that a lot of games are taking. And I really don't like it, but I love this approach, these vibrant colors. I mean, it just takes me into the experience because it feels more real. Now, as you can see, they spot a couple of bandits inside the building. There's a lot of stuff that you can take in here, like how they both crouched down once he got there. There's obviously some excellent voice acting in this title as well. If I'm not mistaken, Ellen Page is the one voicing the little girl. She's also doing that title Beyond or whatever. And here is when you start getting a sense of how the combat is kind of going to work. So as you can see here, you're going to make a takedown on this dude right here. Obviously, you can also just pull your gun and shoot him, so there's different ways to basically approach the game. But I really like the fact that how he did it, and the animation work is just so amazing. It feels so real when you're just squeezing that guy's neck. Now, the other guy sees you. You guys kind of get into a little of a firefight situation here. And here's something I want you guys to notice. So you get ready. You're just shooting some guy, and you get shot. And notice that there's a health bar on the top left corner, and it's not coming back up just because time is passing by. So this is very important for survival games, I feel, when your health does not regenerate. Also notice that he got shot twice. He was like, kind of rolling around like, oh man, I'm almost falling down. Now notice the detail on this section right here. Once he goes up against the closet, notice how the clothes move. The stuff that you hang the clothes in also move. There's so much detail. This team is perfect at making this type of detail stuff. Now here, a very good ambush by this guy. They said that the AI is also really good in this game. Now you can actually use the guy as a shield, and take note on this part right here. When he's getting ready to shoot the guy's friend, the guy is going to basically shake a little bit, is like struggling, and it messes with your aim. I thought that was really, really cool. Now you actually just shoot the other guy in the face and bash this guy with the strong part of your gun, whatever. I'm missing the word right now. And it's like, now it's like, oh, click, click. Oh, I know that sound, but look at what the little girl's gonna do. You got a brick, bitch, brick to the face. Oh my God, I love this part of the video so much. It was amazing. I just thought it was really cool how the little girl came to help the guy. And I also thought it was really cool how he just basically bashed this guy's skull in on that little piece of furniture there. So it is pretty amazing. I think it's going to be a brutal story. The gameplay looks phenomenal. The animations are amazing. I'm a sucker for animations. You guys know this. And there's just, man, I cannot convey how excited I am for this game. This game is going to be day one purchase for me, straight up. Now you go into inventory management. You can use a binding and some alcohol, create a Molotov cocktail. Thought that was pretty cool as well. Now check out, he actually lit the Molotov cocktail. You just saw liquid physics in that bottle there. I mean, so much detail right there. And then, boom, set a bitch on fire. That's what you get. You get burned down, good sir, burned down. And now as he moves up into this next room, there's a guy over there with a shotgun. Now notice that you could have engaged the guy with a shotgun straight up, but he's going to wait. I mean, again, it's just the amount of options they give you as you tackle each situation in the game. I think that is just amazing. He's going to bash this guy's skull in, shoot him in the face. Oh, get owned by the little piece of wood there. Now this guy's going to strangle him. And once again, Ellie is going to come into play here with her little razor. Oh, snap! Stabbed in the back. Now get kicked in the face, pulls out the shotgun, smacks him in the face once again. Get shot, son! Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of New Game Plus, and I will see you guys in the next one.